Do you want some free games? Do you want them to be tried and tested so you can get the most out of them? So here are 19 of the most popular free games on SIDEQUEST. And as always, be sure to check the description for links, and let's go. Oh wait, hang on a minute, I can't see properly. I'm gonna have to buy some prescription lenses from today's sponsor, VRWave. VRWave make incredible prescription lenses for the Quest 2 and other popular VR headsets. You can have them to correct nearsightedness and astigmatism, or even get them to filter out blue light to reduce eye strain. The best part about it is that they offer worldwide shipping, so no matter where you are, you can take advantage of their amazing product. Head to www.vr-wave.store or head down in the description where I'll put a link. Now at number 19 is Friday Night Funkin'. Now this is a popular rhythm-based indie game that was released in 2020 but has since moved to the Oculus Quest 2. The game features a character named Boyfriend who is on a mission to impress his girlfriend by winning a series of musical battles against various different opponents. Now each opponent has their own unique style of music and dance moves, and the players must master their rhythm and beat them in a series of musical showdowns. The game is similar to the other popular rhythm games like Dance Dance Revolution or Guitar Hero, and the game has become popular for its catchy soundtrack, unique characters, and challenging gameplay. Next up is VRTUOUS. This is a very intuitive learning application where you can use the Oculus Quest hand tracking in order to learn to play a piano in the real world. You can also have a companion play along next to you, and it comes with a whole host of different options for customization of the experience. Next up is Gym Class Basketball VR. Now this is a virtual reality game that simulates a basketball game in a school gymnasium setting. In the game you play as a student who is participating in a basketball game against other students, and you'll need to use your virtual reality controls to dribble the ball, pass it to your teammates, and shoot it into the hoop to score points. The game has different levels of difficulty, so you can choose the one that's most appropriate for your skill level, and as you progress through the game you'll encounter more challenging opponents who are better at defense, and you'll need to use different tactics to score points to win the game. It also has a multiplayer mode which allows you to play against other people online. You can even invite your friends to join in and play a game of virtual basketball together. Next up is Granny VR. This is an unofficial virtual reality adaptation of the popular horror game Granny. Now in the game you play as a person who is trapped in a creepy old house with a sinister old woman named Granny, and your goal is to escape from the house before Granny catches you and kills you. To escape you'll need to search the house for useful items such as keys, tools and weapons, all while avoiding Granny's watchful eye. Granny will be lurking around the house waiting to pounce on you, so if you make a noise or stay in one place for too long, she will get you. The game has a variety of difficulty levels, so you can choose one that's right for you, and you can also customize the game setting to adjust the graphics quality, sound effects and other features. So next up then we have HIbow. Now HIbow is a competitive multiplayer VR game with fierce arrow shooting and refreshing flying experience. The game has fast-paced combat, multiple weapons options along with some melee combat. The game itself is listed as beta, but it's pretty much a fleshed out game as it currently stands. However, I'm not sure how much of a community is left playing this game. Next up is the Quest Z Doom. This is an unofficial port of the classic first-person shooter game Doom. In the game you play as a space marine who must fight your way through hordes of demonic creatures to save humanity from absolute destruction. The Quest Z Doom faithfully recreates original Doom experience in VR, allowing you to explore the game's classic levels and battle its iconic enemies. The game features all the weapons, power-ups and secrets from the original game, as well as a variety of different levels to choose from. The game's controls have been adapted for VR, allowing you to move around the game's levels using your Oculus touch controllers and aim your weapons with absolute precision. You can also customize the game controllers to suit your preferences. Now this game also supports mods, allowing you to add new levels, enemies and weapons to the game to keep the experience fresh and exciting. Next up is hyperdash. Now this is a fast-paced multiplayer shooting game designed for the Oculus Quest. In the game you play as a futuristic robot who must work with your teammates to capture and hold various checkpoints on a futuristic arena. Hyperdash has several different game modes to choose from, including capture the flag, team deathmatch and domination. Each mode has different objectives and challenges, and you need to work with your team to achieve victory. So next up then is Lambda 1 VR. This is a fan-made VR adaptation of the beloved first-person shooter game Half-Life. This game transports players into the shoes of Gordon Freeman, who is a researcher who must battle his way through an infested facility brimming with extraterrestrial creatures and trained soldiers. Faithfully replicating the original experience, Lambda 1 VR features all of the classic weaponry, puzzle and power-up, and additionally players can choose from various difficulty levels while customizing VR-specific controls via Oculus touch controllers for optimal movement and aim. A significant highlight of Lambda another one VR is a support for mods, offering an opportunity for players to add fresh, exciting new levels, enemies, and weapons created by a dedicated community of modders. So next up then is HIbow. This is a unique VR game currently under development for the Oculus. The game is a first-person shooter that takes place in a procedurally generated environment that are built around the physical space of your VR playspace. The game's unique and bounded design allows you to physically move around in your playspace, while the game generates new levels and obstacles around you, creating a seamless and immersive experience. The game is designed to be played without teleporting or artificial movement, giving you a more realistic and immersive experience, and the game's controls have been designed specifically for VR, allowing you to move around in your playspace using your Oculus Quest touch controllers and aim your weapons with precision. The game also features a variety of different weapons and power-ups that you can collect to give you an edge in battle, but HIbow has a minimalist art style that focuses on creating an immersive and engaging gameplay experience. Next up then is Doom Free Quest. Now this is another Doom VR port now, but with Doom Free instead. This is a fan-made port of the game where players take on the role of a marine who has been sent to a research facility on Mars that has been taken over by demons. The players must fight their way through the facility using a variety of weapons and tools to defeat the demonic enemies and uncover the secrets of the research facility. The gameplay in Doom Free Quest is similar to the original Doom Free game, with fast-paced action and intense combat, and the game features updated graphics, sound effects to take advantage of the capabilities of the Quest 2 hardware. So next up then we have AimXR. Now AimXR is one of my favorite games on this list. It's a free first-person shooting game that, for a free title, completely exceeds any expectations, despite not offering much more or less than other paid-for games in the first-person genre. It has all the things you expect: multiple levels, multiple weapons, along with bot support, grenades, stun grenades, and it's quite fast-paced and very, very smooth. I would definitely recommend checking this one out. So next up then we have Five Nights at Freddy's sister location fan game. Now everybody knows what Five Nights at Freddy's is, but this isn't an official version of Five Nights at Freddy's, but a fan-made version of sister location. The game sees you take control of a late night technician who must do maintenance work on active machinery and animatronics. From there, jump scares ensues in what can be a very jumpy experience, and as it's free, it's definitely worth a go. So next up then we have V-Speedway. Now V-Speedway is another free game I was impressed by. While some say it's a demo, the game offers you a chance to try driving a car in virtual reality as if seated in a car in real life. It has multiple cars and level choices and gives you the option to rip the handbrake up and do a handbrake turn. If you've ever wondered what it's like to use a steering wheel in VR, this is the closest thing to it. You also have the choice of automatic or manual transmission, and it's a lot of fun to play, especially for a free game. So next up then we have Battle Talent. Now Battle Talent is a virtual reality fighting game for the Oculus Quest that focuses on intense physics-based combat. You can play as a warrior who must fight through a series of challenging battles using a variety of different weapons and skills. The game features realistic physics that affect your movement and attacks, and adding an extra layer of depth to the combat mechanics. Each weapon has its own unique physical properties, allowing you to experiment with different fighting styles and techniques. So next up then we have Gorilla Tag. Now everyone knows about Gorilla Tag. You are a gorilla and you simply have to tag your opponents, and that's it. Well, I mean, that's what it's supposed to be, but you get called all sorts of names by some children as well. So much so that actually when making this video, I had to mute the audio from the video below, as it would have definitely got me demonetized. But seriously, Gorilla Tag has the most unique locomotion to ever appear in a VR game, and as it's free, there is no surprise that the game is as popular as it is. So next then is the Physics Playground. Now Physics Playground is basically Boneworks recreated for the Quest 2. Now it's not actually linked to Boneworks in any shape or form, but it follows the same theme with a big focus on physics related combat in a variety of weapons. Now, it does say it's a demo, but it's also complete in the sense that it has the replay value. There's multiple weapons and items, guns, you can slow down time. I would definitely recommend checking this one out, especially if you are a big fan of Boneworks. So next up then we have Attack on Quest. Now given how popular the anime Attack on Titan is, it's no surprise that someone has created a game based off of it. Attack on Quest sees you take down titans with your blade while traversing through the area of grappling hook. Now there is no story or quests, and it's just a sandbox arena in which you can level up your character, but it's definitely worth it for a free game. So next up then we have QuestCraft. Now QuestCraft is the Java version of Minecraft ported over to the Meta Quest 2 with full VR support. The game has everything from the Java edition, so you know exactly what you're getting when you play the game. Now, You do need to own the Java version of the game to be able to play this, but considering the powerhouse Minecraft is, and the fact you get Java version for free now with the Windows 10 edition, it's safe to say that a large majority of people already own it and should be able to play it at no extra cost. However, if you want to know how to install it, you can also check the link at the end of this video where I will lead you to a tutorial. And number one then, and our most popular free game on SideQuest is Pavlov Shack. Now, Pavlov Shack has been the go-to first-person shooting game for a very long time. There are a ton of weapons to choose from, which you can use in multiplayer to take down your enemy. There are multiple levels and game modes, and you can also team up and take on zombies with a friend. Now, Pavlov Shack is definitely the most popular free VR game to date. But that's it for me for now. Peace.